Hello lovely people, my name's Nicole, and I have a serious book buying problem. See, you know how I know I have a serious book buying problem? I went to go collect the books for this book haul, and I was like, oh, I feel like I haven't bought that many books this month. Like, this book haul won't be too long. And then I saw the pile of books, and not so much. So we should probably just jump right in before this gets insanely long. So the first book I got is Miss Bixby's Last Day by John David Anderson. This is about a group of three, I want to say like 5th grade boys, somewhere around that age, and their teacher, Miss Bixby, who is the most beloved teacher in the entire school, announces that she is going to take a leave of absence for some medical issues, and they decide to make her last day at their school really, really special. I've already read this. I talked about it in my booktubeathon wrap-up. Then I got The Game of Love and Death by Martha Brockenborough. And this is about love and death, like as not like people, but like conscious beings. And basically they've had this war going on forever. And death has always won. You know, Romeo and Juliet, Anthony and Cleopatra, all the great love stories. In the end, death wins. Now they're in the 20s and hopefully maybe love will win for once. I just thought the concept of this sounded so cool, with like the main characters being love and death as like anthropomorphized concepts. It just sounds cool and I'm really excited to read it. Then I got a hardcover version of a book I already have, Anna the French Kiss. I now just need Lola and the Boy Next Door, and I will have my Anna, Lola, Isla hardcover trilogy completed, and that's really all I need in life. And speaking of Stephanie Perkins, I got the Summer Days and Summer Nights anthology. This is edited by Stephanie Perkins, has stories from some of your favorites such as Leigh Bardugo, Jennifer E. Smith, Veronica Roth, Stephanie Perkins, Nina LaCour, Lev Grossman, Brandy Colbert, Cassie Clare, Liva Bray, etc, etc, etc. Amazing authors, cute summery romance stories. I had to wait to get it until I could get the British edition, because the British edition is so pretty and it has colored pages, it has a bookmark, and it matches my British edition of Stephanie Perkins' previous anthology. Then I got my hands on this beaut, and this is the Harry Potter Artifact Vault. So this just goes through some of the artifacts in the Harry Potter movies and talks about them and talks about how they were made and the inspirations for them and the design, and I am such a Harry Potter nerd and I just had to have it, and it's beautiful. Then I got Thanks for the Trouble by Tommy Wallach, and this is about a boy who I believe is selectively mute. I don't think he's biologically, like medically mute. I think it's a psychological thing. But he spends a lot of time just hanging out in hotels, and one day he meets a girl who looks like she's his age, but claims to actually be several hundred years old. And I am hoping that this is kind of quirky and cute, and maybe a little bit of romance. I don't know. We'll see. Then Merciless Volume 2, Daniel Vega. I don't have any excuses. It's pretty and shiny and gold, and it's pretty much exactly like the first book in the series. It just takes our main character of Sophia Flores and now puts her in a conservative Catholic school instead of the set of Mean Girls. It's a lot. It's horror. It's graphic. I will leave it at that. I talked about it in my booktubeathon wrap-up if you want to know more thoughts, but it is an experience. Then I got This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, and I actually went to her signing for this and got my copy signed and personalized, and so it's beautiful and doodled in and I love it. This is about a world in which horrific actions, violent actions, result in the creation of monsters, and monsters eat people. Some monsters drink their blood, some monsters eat, like just straight up eat them, and some monsters eat your souls. And this is about a monster boy who just wants to be human and a human girl who just wants to be monstrous. And I will both talk about this in my wrap-up, and then I also have a full video review on it. Then I got The Land of Stories, An Author's Odyssey by Chris Colfer, and this is the 5th book in the Land of Stories series. The Land of Stories series follows a pair of twins who fall through a storybook and find that all the fairy tales that they grew up learning about they are all real and they live in this world in which they can all interact with each other, and now they're sort of dealing with the post fairy tale story lives. Then I got Learning to Swear in America by Katie Kennedy. This is about a genius Russian teenager who is invited to America to help stop the end of the world, because apparently an asteroid or meteor, I don't remember which, is hurtling towards Earth, and he has to help adult scientists fix it because he's this Russian genius on dark matter. And while he is simultaneously trying to save the world, he's also learning how to be an American teenager, and he meets these other teenagers, like normal teenagers, who he wants to help him learn how to swear in English and, you know, just have normal teenagers' experiences like going to prom. Then I got True Letters from a Fictional Life by Kenneth Logan, and this is about a teenage boy who is sort of the star athlete, most popular boy in school in his small Midwestern town, and he's struggling with the fact that he's gay, and he sort of deals with all his feelings and such by writing them down in letters to people that he'll never send. And so he's dealing with sort of people's expectations of him, and then also figuring out who he is, and maybe with his first relationship, and coming out to all his friends, and all that fun stuff. Then I got The Great American Whatever by Tim Federle, and this is about a teenage boy whose sister just died about 6 months ago, and he is dealing with mourning her while also being a teenager, and he's gay and trying to sort of figure out who he is, who he wants to be, who he is without his sister in his life, and also his first relationships, and then he's also trying to figure out his future career as a screenwriter. Then I had a little bit of a complicated thing, because, see, there's this book that I've been trying to get in hardcover for a while now, like a month and a half, 2 months, and I ordered it from Amazon. And on the day it was supposed to arrive, they sent me an email that was like, hey, yeah, that thing you ordered, we don't actually have it. Then I ordered it from a different website. They sent me an ARC. So I emailed them back and I'm like, you can't do that. First of all, not what I ordered. Second of all, not legal. So they emailed me back, refunded my money, and just let me keep the ARC because, like, they can't sell it. And then I finally found, like, some third-party seller on Amazon, and I finally got my hardcover copy of The Archived by Victoria Schwab. I also have the ARC that they sent me, so that's another thing that I have, but mainly the hardcover. And now all my Victoria Schwab books are in hardcover, and they're beautiful, and I'm so happy. Then I got Another Day by David Levithan, and this is the sequel to Every Day. I read Every Day during the booktubeathon and loved it, so I had to go pick up the sequel. Every Day is about a teenager who every single day wakes up in someone else's body. They're never the same person twice. They've been boys, they've been girls, they've been any sexuality, and one day they meet a girl who makes them kind of want to try and stick around. And then we all knew it would be here, and it is, because of course I went to the midnight release, and yes, I've already read it, and I will probably do a full review because I have some thoughts. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I was so excited for this, so pumped. Like I said, went to the midnight release party. If you don't know what this is the script version of a play that is going on in London right now about the next gen of Harry Potter. So it's about mainly Albus Severus Potter, worst name ever. Sorry, a little cough, weird. And him dealing with being Harry Potter's son and friendship with Scorpius Malfoy, because wow, no fanfiction writers ever saw that coming. And yeah, like I said, I have thoughts that I will probably share in a full-length review. But for now, just know that I have this, and I'll talk about it a little bit in my wrap-up. Alright, so those are all the books I got this month. Let me know what you think of any of these, which of these I should read next in the comments. I love you, and I will see you later.